Now, in this society today, right, the word white people was coined in 1682. There was no such thing as white people, right? And wait, I'm not talking to you. You want to shut up now, right? Okay? Show me white people in this world.
No.
Because if you want to come in, you come in the wrong place, man. Okay? So there's no such thing as white people. White people was a word to just put you people to put you at the top. Because if you're thinking about white is anything good, beautiful, nice. But are you really beautiful? Are you really good people?
I'm beautiful.
What? Wait.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It has definition. Beauty has definition.
I got a face on
okay.
radio.
In your own face, you're beautiful. In your own face, you're beautiful. But in the sight of God, no, you are the most ugly people on earth. And I'm going to prove that in the Bible as well. Okay? Wait. You can't reply because I've not finished. I've not finished. Don't mess around with me. I'm not here to mess around. Neither are you. Okay, but messing around, I don't do that. Okay? I don't do that. I don't mess around with nobody here. Okay? Right, continue reading it.
And the first came out red.
Yeah?
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
So why you so-called white people, you're not white, you're hairy, and you are red. That's what you are. Okay?
Yeah.
Laugh like a fool.
Whoa, guys. All right, let's get into it. Conservative Confucius back at it again. Getting into some crazy stuff here. Turns out the Black Hebrew Israelites are still going around making people kiss their shoes. They think that white people are evil and the devil and that they're, children of Satan, basically. We'll get into that in a second, but let's really get into what we're talking about. I showed you the opening video where they believe that white people are ugly and that they're not children of God, and then the only way you can actually, what they believe in is you can only get to heaven if you serve black people as slaves. It's pretty disgusting. They're horrible people. They appropriate the Jewish identity while abandoning a whole bunch of other stuff of Jewishness. It's so weird. They claim they are the real Jews. They're pathetic. All right, let's get into it, guys.
Here it is, right here.
Oh, don't forget to go down there, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. All right.
There you go. Mr. White Man, get these white women and get these white people a hand, man. Keep on coming. Keep on coming. Keep on coming, Mr. White Man. Keep on going. Keep on going, man. Most of ain't Christ, man. You understand? Now they showing what it means to really salute a prophet and a priest of the Lord. Right. Keep going. Keep going. The party out. Show y'all. Come on, folks, get your boot kissed, man. Get properly saluted. Get properly saluted, man.
Keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Get properly saluted. Everybody, come get properly saluted, man. This is a white couple right here that's proving that they.
Jesus, man. I don't know what to say. Like, this stuff is really common for them. They'll even make you like bow down and like pray to them and like apologize for your whiteness. It's disgusting. It's peak racism. I mean, like, this is like worse than, I would say, other than like the violence that the KKK committed, other than the violence, this is worse than that. All of their other ideology, besides the violence, all of the other KKK ideology, this is worse than that. Far worse. Like, not only are they racist, anti-Semitic, anti-white, anti-basically everything that, that's real in the world and that's true about religion. They're anti-everything. That they view everything completely wrong in the Bible, and they pick and choose out of context verses and try to justify it. Like, they'll pick this verse in Revelations where it says, on the second coming of Jesus, which doesn't talk about how Jesus looked in real life. It talks about his second coming. So if they're trying to say that Jesus looked like that when he was on earth, and somehow that justifies him being black, it's not true. Because number one, it doesn't even describe him as black in Revelations. But let's just say it did. That doesn't mean anything, because it also says he has eyes of fire, a sword spewing out his mouth in flames, 7 crowns on his head somehow. He has skin, or not skin, but he himself is shining so brightly you can barely see him. So he's actually white, but bright. He's light, not white. He's light, as in literally a source of light. He has a mark upon his leg, a brand or a tattoo that says King of Kings, Lord of Lords. And he has armor on. And what else? He has hair that's as white as snow white as wool. It's called a double descriptor. In the Greek literature, they use things as a double descriptor. So you could say, oh, that apple is as red as blood, as red as, you know, I'm trying to think of something else red. It's as red as blood, as red as the YouTube button. Or, you know, it is as black as night, or as black as failing here, as black as, you know, whatever. You could say it's as blue as the sky, blue like the ocean. Like, these are double descriptors. You're using two different things with the same or similar colors or properties to describe one thing. You could say, in this example, it's describing color. You could use it to describe taste, texture, feel, whatever. And this is something that they tried to say, oh, he said white like snow, white like wool, or white as wool. And somehow they say, oh, white as wool. That means he's saying it's white, or they're saying it's white. It's curly like wool. But number one, no, that's not true. Any literature person will tell you that's not true. It's a double descriptor. And it's describing the color, which is very, very obvious for anyone who has any common sense. Secondly, wool of the Israelite sheeps native to that land do not have curly hair. You're thinking of a European sheep, which is a sheep we think of with the curly, you know, thick hair. They have thick, straight / wavy hair on the, I think it's called the Asaf sheep. And it's nothing like that. It's just ridiculous to claim that if you do not have the knowledge that you think you do. You're just preaching bullshit to try to fill in your own gaps of your horribly, you know, contradictory ideology. It's ridiculous. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, since the late 1960s, the radical Hebrew Israelites, or Black Hebrew Israelites, actually as they're known now, ideology splintered into increasingly anti-Semitic, anti-white, anti-LGBTQ, which I don't care, xenophobic, misogynistic sects of groups which preach they are the only true Israelites. And they also claim that a lot of the sects, not all of them, but a lot, actually claim that they're the real Native Americans too. Some say that Native Americans are part of their tribes. Others say that they're the real Native Americans and they're actually not from Africa. They actually come from here, or from, you know, years ago. They say they were in Israel at some point, or on their way to it, and then they got lost and ended up somehow captured and taken to America, but never enslaved here until you know, America started. But for some reason, they were captured, taken as slaves, but then dropped off in America and left to be the Native Americans. And then they were Native Americans until America became, you know, until the English got here, and the Spanish and the French, which makes no sense at all. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's insane. These people are the ones who claim that Black people built everything. Black people did this. Black people are real Native Americans. Black people, you know, it's just ridiculous. Black people are, you know, Chinese people are Black. Everyone's Black. And this is one of the people that this crap comes from. It's also where Kanye West has been getting his ridiculously anti-Semitic bullshit from. So yeah, the radical term Hebrew Israelite is to differentiate between the greater Hebrew Israelite faith, which is racist at its core. Should not be, yeah. So don't confuse these with Black Jews. Like, there are Black Jews, but then there are Hebrew Israelites who call themselves not Jewish, or, you know, they'll say, I'm Jew, not I'm a Jew, or they will never call themselves Jewish. If you see someone and they say they're a Black Jew, or, you know, they say, oh, I'm Jewish, or I'm a Hebrew Israelite, or I'm Jew, I'm a Black Jew, or whatever. Say, oh, so you're Jewish. Say that. Say, oh, so you're Jewish. And if they say, no, I'm not Jewish, I'm a Jew, that's how you can tell they're a Black Hebrew Israelite, because they refuse to be called Jewish, because for some reason they don't realize what ish means. They think that people who have the word ish in their name means they're not as full of something. So if you're Jewish, you're only kind of Jewish, like ish. Yeah, not true though, because that means Polish people would not be full Poles. That means Turkish people would not be fully Turkish. Turkey, or from Turkey, and I can go on and on and on and on and on with this. It's ridiculously stupid. They just have no common sense or education. Many times they're indoctrinated, and they think they're intelligent because they know so much about what they have read. But when they actually get into real, like real history, they have no idea what they're talking about. So basically what they do is they've completely appropriated Judaism. And I hate the Southern Poverty Law Center, but you can still get some good bits and pieces about them from here. Yeah, they view the Jews of today, like people who are Jewish, whatever you want to call it, they view them as thieves and imposters, but they're the real thieves and imposters. The Black Hebrew Israelites, they're the thieves and imposters. They've literally stolen a country, or a nationality, an ethnic identity, a race. They've stolen it. Yeah. And what's crazy is you'll see a lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of black people in Hollywood who believe this shit. There's a comedian. He was talking to Rudy Rockman, a Jewish man, Middle Eastern Jew. He was talking to, what's that guy's name? Thick, buff, black comedian who does a lot of like impressions and stuff. Let me see, Rudy. Let me see if I can find who it was. There's a video. Godfrey, that's his name. Godfrey. So Godfrey, he believes, or has dipped his toes into it quite a bit. Kanye, Ice Cube did it for a while. I'm not sure anymore. Kyrie Irving, people like that. They're just racist at heart, even though they say they're not. They are. And the reason they say they aren't is because they think what they're saying is viewed from a religious point of view and not a racist point of view. But the thing is if you believe these things because of religion, then you're not viewing religion right, number one. And number two, it's still racist. Sorry. Itchy. So itchy. Goddamn allergy, man. Yeah. Yeah, so this is something... Yeah. Oh, Nick Cannon. Yeah, Nick Cannon. He's one that is obsessed with this crap too. So the Jews have taken our birthright. That's what Nick Cannon said. These people are pathetic. They love conspiracy theories and all kinds of crap. They've ridiculous. Yeah, Kyrie Irving, he was the one who got in trouble for playing that documentary or posting about it, which was called Hebrews to Negroes. And it's a ridiculously stupid film that's so racist. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. So dumb. I can't even tell you how much I hate that group. I had a whole debate with one. And I completely obliterated him on everything. History, Bible. And then every time he was just got angrier and told me I was wrong and told me to check in my Bible. And I was like, okay, cool. So I pulled out a Hebrew Tanakh, an Old Testament, and a Greek translated, Greek transliteration. So it's translation. Yeah. So it has the Greek and then it has the English right below it. And my Hebrew one is a transliteration. So it's it's actually 3 lines. It's Hebrew transliteration. So it's like what Hebrew would look like in English letters, and then it's in English. So I pulled out those 2, which I had in my car, luckily at that time, and we had a whole conversation outside of this grocery store in these patio chairs. And I showed him everywhere he was wrong, and then I showed him the things that weren't in the Bible about matrilineal law, which is like the fact that the Jewish heritage identity passes down through the mother, not the father. So he was wrong about everything he thought. And he kind of conceded on a lot of it. But at the same time, he would just say, oh, well, that's corrupted, or oh, this has changed, or oh, this is that. And it was like, dude, why do you say all this crap? Why not just admit you're wrong and say, okay, maybe the Bible doesn't say these things. Maybe I took it out of context. Maybe I'm a racist. But no, they don't want to do that. Yeah, so they're super insane. I mean, Black Hebrew Israelites combine their elements of teaching from a wide range of sources in varying degrees. Black Hebrew Israelites incorporate certain aspects of Christianity, Judaism, and other in their own interpretation of the Bible. Influences include Freemasonry and New Thought, which is ridiculous. New Thought is like, if I remember correctly, New Thought is not a good thing. Yeah, New Thought. It's like a weird, like, new religious movement that's like it's basically like all of the religions combined. Many choose to identify as Hebrew Israelites or Black Hebrews rather than Jews to indicate that their claimed historic connections. They also believe that all of the Egyptians were Jews and not, or sorry, all the Egyptians were Black and not Coptic, which is bullshit again. Yeah, so they're way outside mainstream Christianity, even though they believe that Jesus was the Messiah, yet they also believe he was Black as well. Originated in the 19th century. Wow, I did not know that. It's pretty crazy. So, so the founders of it had visions that African Americans are the descendants of the Hebrews. So there wasn't any proof, no historical evidence, just visions. It's like Joseph Smith. That's even better than I thought. Oh my God. And their first church was even named similar to the freaking Mormons. Church of God and Saints of Christ. Oh, that's so funny. Hey, we're literally like just like wannabe Black Mormons. That's so funny, dude. Yeah, I mean, so all they do is they're just outspoken, racist, anti-Semitic pieces of garbage. They have a lot of things in similar with the Nation of Islam, which are also racist, anti-Semitic pieces of garbage. They're Holocaust deniers. They love racial segregation. They don't believe white people should marry black people should marry white people, or they should date, or they should live together. They're huge into segregation, like massively into segregation. They deny the Holocaust. They praise Hitler. These people are the scum of the earth. If you know anybody that supports this crap, I guarantee you they do not like you. Like, whether you're a Jew, you're white, it doesn't matter. And if you're a Christian who's Black and not, someone who agrees with this, they'll treat you like garbage. They are disgusting. It's really, really, really disgusting, honestly. I mean, these people's beliefs have changed so much, it's insane. They used to believe the Talmud was the authoritative law of their religion, but the Talmud is Jewish, not Christian, and it doesn't have anything to do with Jesus. And so it's just unbelievable. I mean, they also believe that Jesus would have come back in the year 2000. I mean, they're crazy, dude. They're crazy. And they have no knowledge of anything when it comes to history, religious history, theology. They're insane. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, these people are just absurd. I remember they targeted students. Yeah, here it says Covington Catholic High School. They targeted them there and called the students racists, bigots, white crackers, FAGGOTS, and incest kids. Oh yeah, that's something else. And they told them they would harvest their organs. Yeah, but just so you know, they believe that Americans are not white Americans, but white people are not only that Jews can't be Jews, but also that white people are not children of God. They're children of Satan, that they came from cave dwelling freaks and demons, and that they're bred from incest. It's ridiculous. It's so unbelievable. It's crazy. What's funny is no one wants to tell you the incest rate is much higher in the Black community than it is in the white. And I'm not saying that to say anything about them, but it's just a fact. People need to stop believing in these crap. I mean, there's multiple different sects. Commandment Keepers, African Hebrew Israelite of Jerusalem, Beth Shalom, B'nai Zachan, Ethiopian Hebrew Congregation, Church of the Living God, Church of God and Saints in Christ, Orthodox Church of God and Saints in Christ, International Israelite Board of Rabbis, which is not real rabbi, Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, Israelite Rabbinical Academy, which is not rabbinical, Israelite School of Universal Practice and Knowledge, Nation of Yahweh and One West Camp. And there's also others. There's more than that. They are insane. All right, but that's going to be it on this one, guys. We'll get a little bit more of this video from the beginning.
And the what? Esau. So when you see any red person on earth, their real name, their real biblical, ancient biblical name is Esau. That's your name. You're not white. God says you're
Esau.
Esau, right?
And they called his name Esau.
Continue.
And after they came, his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called what?
Jacob.
Okay, now you see Jacob is not described because Jacob looked exactly like his parents and all the people in the area. So the reason why Jacob is not described is because he looks like everybody. Continue, brother.
And Isaac was three scores years old when she bare them.
You can't even read, dude. And what translation are you reading? Number one, like you're reading off your phone. You can barely read. These people, they take everything out of context. They interrupt themselves to make sure they input their own context onto everything. They'll stop every verse and be like, oh, see, it says this, and this is why it says this, and this is because it says this and this and this, and that's why it does that. And instead of just reading the verse whole throughout it and making sure the context is complete, they insert their own context onto every little sentence, every little few words to make sure that their narrative and agenda is pushed upon this Bible, upon this religion. And it's completely destructive. And I think it's satanic in every way. They want to call white people satanic. They're satanic. Not black people. The Black Hebrew Israelites, they are satanic. They believe that white people only can get to heaven if they serve black people as slaves or servants in this life. But when they get to heaven, they will still be a server or slave to black people, but they'll at least be in heaven. And that's not a joke. This is an actual belief. There's many of these videos like this. You can find them usually with like a carpet laid out and a little like a easel or whatever, set up, and like little posters or flyers on the easel with like little bits of fake information. And then they'll preach at you, tell you a bunch of hateful shit, and then they'll ask you to like kiss their feet or pray to them or ask them for forgiveness and basically flagellate yourself in front of them until you like basically just make yourself look like an idiot. But yeah, so that's the Black Hebrew Israelites, guys. Alrighty, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to go down there, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Come and check out some of the future ones when I get them down. Go back and check out some of the old ones. I appreciate it. Alrighty, guys, come back and watch some more. Alrighty, have a good one.